Hello, welcome to the video. I'm Reid from Smirk, and a lot of you out there have been wondering, what are we doing during this time of social distancing where everyone's staying home and keeping all tucked into their houses by themselves? Well, since Warren and I can't be working together, we decided that we have to still be productive and get a lot of things done. We decided to take this time to work on costumes, getting costumes clean, maintenance with equipment, and so I'm going to be taking you through some of the maintenance that we have to go through to keep our show up and running. And so I'll be bringing you a few videos dealing with some of the things that we work with, and enjoy. So for this first episode, I'm going to be building a new pedestal. Now, the pedestal is this. We use this in our show.
Great shot, Reid.
Hang on, I got more. Hang on more.
Yeah, nice work. You missed. You got any other bright ideas? What are you going to do now, mister? Wait, where did you get that? No, Reid, we can talk about this. I didn't mean what I said backstage. I don't think you.
To spin tops on the top of these. They come off, they're attached by Velcro, and I have to make these through a process that I'm going to be showing you in just a few moments. It takes an hour or two to go through the entire process to build all this, and I'm going to take you through, obviously it's not going to be that long for you to watch. I'm going to do this in a much shorter time for the video, but I'm going to take you through the process of what it takes to make one of these for the show, and enjoy. So what we have here are all the ingredients to make the hand pedestals. We use the bottom of steel cans for the tops. This is what they spin and rest in. You can see the bottoms are concave, nice and smooth. And then we have these smaller ones here. And these are the ones that will actually fit on the left or right side of the pedestals. Again, smaller and completely empty. So when they're cut into, they will be completely safe and free from pressurized explosions. That would be very bad to happen. And we have a 5/16 piece of, this is a PVC rod that I get. I'll be cutting roughly about 8 or so inches of this rod using the chopper here. And then once I cut the rod, I'll be using this device here. This is called a die. Now, I don't know if you can see, this has blades on the inside, and I use these to make threads. And once I make the threads, I will then be able to screw on the bolts to keep it in place. And first we have to, of course, use the drill and drill holes into these pieces of wood that I have cut to make the top part, and then we'll be fixing or gluing Velcro, female Velcro on the outside of the wood, and then the male Velcro or the teeth Velcro on the inside of the cans to stick. So, let's get started with the process. And now we have our two pieces of PVC, ready to go. I use this just to make sure I get a nice flat cut. And it's good. And we have one that's been dyed and one that is not been dyed. And you can see the difference. Now we'll do the next one. Now test. We have that ready. We have that ready. Apply the handles. Ready to go. Now, I'm going to drill the wood. To go. Now we go on to cutting the friction discs. This is where it gets a little more tricky. Using a Dremel. Before I do that, I gotta make sure the can is empty with pressure. What I'm going to do is put a small hole slowly into the can. As you can see, no problems, so ready to go with the cutting. Good cut. Now it's very sharp, so I'm going to have to ground these edges down a bit. We'll go around. There's a fiberglass cutting disc, so I use the edges here to flatten it out a bit. Now smooth the edges down, make them nice and smooth. I'm going to get the burrs off. Now it's smooth. Here, it's not quite even around the top, but this gets covered with tape. And then once it's covered with tape, there'll be two Velcro attachments which adhere to the helmet. So it goes down on top of the helmet, it'll be flush, and then two Velcro attachments which will make it stick to the helmet, which I'll get into a little later on. Now we're going to do the same thing with two other cans. Let me find the two that match the most, and we'll go through the same process. Whew! Now we've got the 3 parts ready. I just now need to sand, tape, and Velcro, and we will be ready to put this all together. And it's going to take a little time. Once I've opened these up, they're still goo in here, so they're going to have to dry off before I can put any sort of adhesive that will stick to them. So it'll take a little time for these just to set out. Now we are ready for the last part. We've got the tops that will be holding the friction discs all prettied up for the stage. And all 3 of the friction discs have been taped up this way. The edges aren't sharp. I've been cut by these before, so I learned my lesson long ago to make sure that these are not only smoothed out but taped up, so when I'm touching these and handling these I don't get cut. Now we just have to get the Velcro on here for the discs that are sit on the pedestals and the straps that'll attach to the helmet. Got to make sure I got it just the right size. And luckily for this I won't have to glue, we just use a sticky back Velcro. going to use the adhesive. And this is called a C+. This is an expanding type of glue. It's like super glue, but it fills the gaps. So it's really good for something like this. And then the hard part is I have to hold this down without getting my fingers glued. And the tape I like to use for this is a little different. This is hockey tape because it's fabric, but not like gaff tape that's so sticky that I can't get it off later. And this will fit over, and the Velcro will adhere. The helmet actually has Velcro on top of it, as you can see here. And this now will fit on top. And it's also easily removable because we use the helmet also for the finale of the show, so a different piece has to be put in top. Our pointy part that we use to spin the trash can lids on our heads. So this part is done. So now we're going to check and see if the glue has completely dried, and then put it all together and do a quick test with the top and see how it all fits together. So you can see it all seems to be fitting fine. Now I'm actually going to throw a top, get it spinning on the disc, transfer it here, and just see if it's stable. And we'll have a working pedestal for the show. I'm using a Spintastics throw top for the test. And there you have it. We are good. Spinning smooth. It's stable. It's not moving. All right. Thank you all for watching. Smirk will be bringing together other videos on things we're doing during the downtime during the COVID pandemic. Stay tuned, and thanks for watching.